Kanał, or Sewer, is a 1956 Polish film directed by Andrzej Wajda. This is the first movie made about the Warsaw uprising, which was the operation led by the Polish underground state to try to recapture Warsaw in World War II, 1944. It sort of takes place after the operation has failed. The resistance army is trying to evacuate Warsaw, and in doing so, what they decide to do is to use the sewer system, or as it's called in Polish, Kanal. So it's a story about this group of people who, upon evacuation, are escaping through these sewers, and pretty much just how awful it is to be trying to escape through a sewer. Part of it is based on, or at least inspired by, some true stories of evacuations through the sewer systems in Warsaw at the time. But most of it is just a really dramatic representation of just how awful it would have been to be a Pole at this point in time. I don't know if you guys know much about World War II in general, but at this point the Polish had actually sent messages to the Soviets to try to help them, and the Soviets, Stalin, had basically stopped the Soviet Polish forces from entering the city and saving the resistance army, because he took it as sort of an opportunity to get the resistance wiped out by the Germans, so Stalin wouldn't have to deal with it. Really sad time all over the place. World War II, Europe, and I think this is just genuinely an expression of Poland's sheer agony and melancholy in the face of that part of their history. Everything about this movie is depressing. Everything about it. If you are going into this movie, you have to understand it's going to depress you. I mean, obviously, it's dark. It's dark subject matter, but with a lot of, especially the Hollywood versions of this dark subject matter, they always try to have some sort of a heartfelt, bittersweet element. It's all bitter. There's no spoonful of sugar to help the medicine go down.
Artysta nie jest żołnierzem. Dopiero wczoraj przyłączył się do oddziału. Oto bohaterowie tragedii. Patrzcie na nich uważnie. To są ostatnie godziny ich życia.
Having said all that, it's an amazing film. I mean, it's one of those films that'll stick with you. It'll work its way into your brain and rattle around in there, and you'll never be able to forget it. At some points, the tension, the brooding of it just gets so oppressive and just like beating you over the head with. It gets worse. It just always gets worse, no matter what.
Właśnie, po polsku. Co ci? Zawsze byłeś taki pistolet.
Mam tego dosyć, rozumiesz? Co mam mówić ludziom? Oni mi wierzą.
Rozkleiłeś się. Tu, bracie, nie będziesz miał czasu na myślenie.
There's this one scene near the beginning with a woman, and she's on a stretcher, and the soldiers obviously know her, and they're joking about, wouldn't your mother be upset if she found you out here fighting with the resistance? And I guess I'll just let that scene play out for you.
A my się znamy. Dała mi je pani pierwszego dnia powstania.
Dobrze się noszą?
Pytanie. Pomyśleć, że mogą je zedrzeć z mojego trupa. Ale widzę, że pani przyłączyła się do powstania. Co na to mamusia?
Nie żyje.
A ta rana ciężka.
Nie, głupstwo.
Szkoda, że pani już...
Look, I warned you it was going to be depressing, okay? And this is like a mood setter for the movie, this is pitching the tone from here on out that they're going to run with. So don't even think this is the worst of it. This is simply an hors d'oeuvre before the main course of sorrow that is this movie. So I'd recommend watching Kanal. It's a good movie. It's horribly depressing, but it's a good movie. This one is back into classics deep cut territory too. We got like 5,800 votes on it or something like that. If you are into the brooding Soviet filmmaking, can't help but recommend it. Kanal, 1956, Andrzej Wajda. It's a deep cut. Check it out and keep your antidepressants handy.
Tam, gdy staniemy w samej głębi dołu, widzę lud w strasznym pławiony kanale. Jakby wszech kloak brud mieścił pospołu.
Co ty mówisz, Michał?
Ach, to nie ja, dziecko, to Dante.